Hello, my name is Gabriela Esposito, and my informative speech is on the color black used in fashion through history. Black is the color that we see in fashion every day, but did you know that the color used to signify different meanings throughout history? And according to researcher Paula Hoti, the color black has marked a significant chromatic change, whether it be in personal or worldly change. We see black as a very common color for clothing today, but that was not always the case. Starting from the time of the Renaissance to the Victorian era, and finally to the 19th century, there was a significant change in the use of the color black throughout clothing. And the color rose in popularity during the period of the Renaissance. Among princes and kings and other court members, black became the color of the period. The color gained popularity primarily in Spain, since this was the most influential country during the Renaissance. It spread the trend of black throughout Europe in the courts of Charles V and Philip II. Their court, it was mandated for the color black to be worn. There was a dramatic shift from very colorful clothing to the somber black. Portraits of the time show this shift from colored garments to the color black. And according to documents from the 16th century in Italy, not only did high status members wear black, but also the average shop owner and commoner. The color was also meant for both genders. During the time, clothing worn by commoners sort of replicated those worn by the high members of society. From the Renaissance onto the color black remained popular until the 19th century when Queen Victoria's husband Albert died. His death brought Victoria into a great state of mourning where she only wore black for the rest of her life. And due to her influence, black became the color worn for mourning. According to Rebecca Mitchell, it symbolized chastity and piety, qualities required of a sorrowful woman. The color became a symbol for a wife's eternal connection to the spouse. There was a painting done of Victoria by painter William Nicholson depicting her in her mourning clothes that showed the social construct that color black represented. By the end of the 19th century, debate arose over women's clothing and how it oppressed them. Transition from the oppressive mourning clothes came at the end of the 19th century, and by 1926, there was a major change in the fashion world when Coco Chanel created the little black dress. And then dress, in comparison to that of Queen Victoria's, both became iconic, but for different reasons. Chanel's little black dress became a symbol of liberation for women, whereas Victoria's was a symbol of sorrow and mourning. And according to author Valeria Mendez, traditional mourning attire blazed the trail for the march of the fashionable black and the little black dress. A big part of the change from black mourning clothes to beautiful dresses was World War I. Since there was so much death, people thought that having to wear black all the time for all of those who had passed surrounded them with sorrow rather than bringing spirits up. It was important for communities to support one another, so there was this dramatic shift reflecting that. Due to Chanel's influence in fashion, black became the color of chic fashion. Coco Chanel is the one that brought mourning clothes from an oppressive color to something beautiful. And then dress became a symbol for women's liberation. So Chanel's influence allowed for women to make clothing something that you could express yourself rather than have a constraint. The color black has gone through many different changes, and it will be throughout time, from being a symbol of beauty to one of mourning, then finally one of chic fashion. It was a symbol not only of change in fashion, but also change in society. Thank you.